about my story. You'll hear a little bit about my story later, but we get the opportunity tonight to actually, who's normally our host, Mr. Fred Duff, we get to hear his story. And I'm so excited because, Fred, I'll be honest with you, I haven't heard a lot of it. So I'm so excited to hear that here in just a minute. But let's get rolling. As I said, I'm Reese Antley. I'm fairly new to the business, coming into it about a year now, but this business has changed my life. I found myself praying for something better. And when this came into my life, I didn't think it was the thing I was praying for. My wife brought this home and said, "Hey, I'm going to try this business with Partner Co." Um, and I was like, "What is Partner Co?" So she explained it to me, and I kind of made fun of her. And that's something you really don't do to my wife. It would have been a bad time at the house had I kept making fun of her. So instead, I said, okay, I'm going to try. You'll hear about the drops in a minute. So I said, I'm going to try these products. And I did. But the business side, I was still kind of making fun of it until about 3 weeks into her journey. She comes home and I'm complaining about a guitar that I have, but going out of tune, and I want a new guitar. And she's like, well, go buy a guitar. And I was like, well, I can't afford it. You know, we both have great jobs, but today, in this day and age, it takes a lot of money just to live. We have 5 kids all over the place, got some in college. So, you know, our income is very limited when it comes to that. So I was like, I can't buy a guitar. And she said, well, I'll get paid from Partner Co. Now, keep in mind, this only been a couple of weeks, 3 weeks in. And I was like, really, how much could it be? I was able to go buy this new guitar, use it on stage at church and all that. And that's when I was like, okay, I want to know more about this business. So Todd Rowland came over and he showed me the business. I'm an analytical guy. I'm a business guy. I'm a VP of operations at a large shrimp company. And so I saw the business side and I was like, you can make a living in a business. I can actually retire possibly now. I didn't think that was ever in the equation for me. But thanks to Partner Co, I might be able to retire early, retire into Partner Co. And I'm loving it so much. So as you've heard me say, we are Partner Co or Partner.co. We operate in over 50 countries around the world. You may know somebody in England or in Europe and in Canada. We have some of our friends from Canada on the call right now. And you can actually, from day one, have a global virtual franchise. Me, I didn't know anybody over in Europe or anywhere like that. However, I knew somebody, a friend of mine that joined. She was in Tampa and she knew somebody in England. And so now we actually have a global virtual franchise that spreads all the way to England. Anybody can have that. This opportunity that you're going to hear about with just the products tonight and the business side is going to be phenomenal. So just sit back, relax. We won't take much of your time. And if this is your first time on the call, really, Fred, this is something Fred always says, and I love it because somebody invited you here tonight and they care a lot about you to invite you to here. They want to see better health or better wealth for you. And they just care so much about you that they invited you to check out this opportunity. No obligation here. Just check it out and relax. As I said, we operate in 58 countries with over 118 products is what we have in 7 different industries. So anything, some of my favorites are like the clean energy drinks, our Blue Frog and our Burn. We got things balance hormones, weight loss, improve energy, gut health, and even skincare. But my favorite thing about our products is that as supplements, we treat our products like they're pharmaceuticals. We treat them from a doctor standpoint first. They're all doctor created and backed by science, no negative ingredients, so much so that we do clinical studies on our products that actually have 12 of our products in the physician's desk reference. So one of the products that we have a clinical study on is what we call our skinny drops, or our body balancing drops, or our happy drops, or our super drops. There's so many names for these drops because they do so much for you. The first bottle you see is a 2-bottle system. They're drops that you put under your tongue. The first one is 12 different plant leaves that support your thyroid, appetite control, hormone support. My favorite thing is they level off your sugar so that you don't get those crazy sugar cravings and they drop back off, and then you have those crashes from the sugar. Just a nice, clean energy from the second bottle, and that's our B12, our methylated form of B12, along with rhodiola and some other things in there to really increase that metabolism, boost your mood, and increase that energy, giving you a good level energy across. So we're not a diet, we're not this fad or anything like that, but to lose weight, you've got to cut out the sugars, you've got to cut out the simple carbs. So we do have an approved food list, and the thing that the drops do for you is they help you stick to this food list. They give you the discipline, and that's what I missed in my life, and I'll tell you a little bit later about that. But Fred, we're going to roll in. The thing about this you're going to hear is real people, real results. And Fred, you have the results from both the health side and the financial side. So, sir, can you tell us a little bit about your health journey on this? You're muted, Fred, I think, or I can't hear you.
Trying to keep the background noise down.
There we go.
Been in this industry for close to 25, 30 years, something like that. And I've done very, very well in it. And as you can see on the far left of your screen, I was doing too well. I got lazy, and you know what? I quit taking care of myself, and I was just living off the fat of the land and the fat off of my money. And let me tell you something. I learned one thing: your health is your wealth. Let me say that again: your health is your wealth. And if COVID didn't teach us anything about wealth and health, you'll never learn. Because what I did was let myself slip off into a situation where I was near death. When I came out of that, I made a decision that I have to make a lifestyle change. It wasn't radical, but it was lifestyle change. And I still got down to a point in my life, Reese, where I still couldn't shake probably 25 or 30 pounds, but the drops changed everything. I'm currently 67 years old, and I'm in better shape than I was when I was 47 years old. And I thank this company for it.
That is awesome, Fred. We're going to hear a little bit more from Fred a little bit later on about the business side. As he said, he's been in this industry for a very long time, and he has been very successful. So I can't wait to hear about that. But like I said, we call them anything from skinny drops to happy drops to there's body balancing drops, super drops, my wife calls them, all kinds of things. Just from my story, as I said, I was skeptical about the business. I was also skeptical about the products. So my wife there, that's Ashley there on the left of your screen. She comes home with the drops one day and she says, "Hey, I'm going to do the drops and I'm going to do this business." And I said, "Okay, that's snake oil and that's a scam." And she's like, "Okay." And I was going to pay for that. So I said, "I'm going to take the drops because I need to lose weight." I was 291 pounds. I had tried keto. I've tried paleo. I've done the new map. I've done all that. And I was successful for 2 or 3 weeks. But then I would get angry because I would be in withdrawals from sugar. I was addicted to sugar, Fred, and I couldn't do it. So I would end up, my wife would actually tell me, "Eat a Snickers," and I would eat something, and then all that weight would come back on with just in a matter of weeks. So I started taking these drops to actually prove my wife wrong, to show her that they would not work. About a week and a half in, though, Fred, I'm laying down in bed and I thought to myself, I have not had a Coke or a soda today. And that's crazy because I was having 5 or 6 a day. And then I thought to myself, I know this sounds immature and like a little kid, but I was like, I didn't have my cookies and milk for tonight. I always had to have cookies and milk every single night, but I didn't that night. And I was like, oh, these drops might actually work. So the next day, those cravings weren't there. And I'm like, okay, these drops work. So in the first month, I lost 25 pounds. It's just been just less than a year. It's about 10 months, a little over 10 months. I'm down 63 pounds. As Fred said, he was in the best shape he's been in. I'm absolutely in the best shape I've been in since I was probably 23 years old. It's changed my life. My wife, on the other side, her big thing was no more night sweats. It wasn't about losing the weight. It's about balancing those hormones. She doesn't have night sweats anymore. We don't have to wash the sheets every single day because of her night sweats. Since she's been taking the drop since last March, she has not had one night sweat, which is absolutely amazing. As I'm rolling through here, you're going to see all kinds of different people, different body shapes, different body sizes, different ethnicities, different male, female. It doesn't matter. Different ages, they work for everybody. You can see not only is it about, like I said, it's not only about weight loss, it's about mood. So many, including my wife, Jordan here, off anti-anxiety medications. I myself came off Xanax. no longer have to take Xanax ever. So I love that about it. So many medications people are able to come off of. You can see Brittany here. Brittany has PCOS, couldn't find anything to lose weight. So much so that her body was telling her and her brain was telling her that she had a tumor, and she was actually starting to go blind. She found the drops worked for her, and now actually she's down over 100 pounds. We got to be with her a couple of weeks ago and hear her update. It's absolutely amazing. And we love Brittany to death, and she's just rocking it out there, losing the weight. And that's actually her mom right there that's lost the 39 pounds. Of course, we got Miss Kim Gray. Miss Kim Gray is we call her Mama Kim. Kim Gray lost 92 pounds. She has muscular dystrophy. She cannot exercise at all. At all. Her doctor, in fact, said, if you don't lose weight in 2 years, you're going to be in a wheelchair. She found the drops. Somebody gave her the drops. She took the drops. It's the only thing that's ever worked for her. Now she has her life back. We get to go on trips with Miss Kim now all the time, whereas before she could never do any of that stuff. And you'll just see different people, just all the success we've had. And what's crazy about this is we know all these people. Half of these people that you're seeing are sitting on this call right now. So this isn't just some random pictures we're throwing up there. These are our friends that got their lives back in order and got their health back under control. See, Ursula, mother of 6 kids, she's down less than what she weighed before she had her first kid. Mr. Ernest and Rayshawn. I mean, you just see all these people. Stephanie, the business side has retired her from teaching in less than a year, which is absolutely amazing. Love Jimmy as well. You see all the different people. So many people, just so many. I mean, type 2 diabetics coming off metformin, awesome things. Pastor Randy, one of my favorite, he's lost 126 pounds in 116 days. That's absolutely nuts. And, you know, he says, one of my favorite quotes is somebody said, you must be starving yourself. And he said, well, if eating, you know, fajitas at the Mexican restaurant, you know, at lunch and then having a steak at night is starving myself, I guess I'm starving myself. He's eating good, and he's lost 126 pounds, and he's still losing. He's probably lost more than that now. You know, every time I talk to him, he's lost a little bit more. And you can see so many people. So that's the drops. But let's talk about the business side of this. Just like myself and my wife did, you pay $29.95 one time. That gives you a back office where you can keep track of everything going on. It gives you a replicated website where people can actually come and purchase product from you. You can sell product out of your hand, do all that. It gives you an awesome app with all the product information. It gives you trainings that we do all the time, gives you access to all that for a one-time $29.95. And then the next part is you can either do the business or you could just be doing this to get drops at a discount for yourself. So what we like to always start with is this 4-pack. You can buy this 4-pack. You can see it $371, but you can sell 3 of these boxes and you can pay for your pack. You can pay for your business, and you're going to have a little bit of profit, and you get your drops for free. So that means no money out of pocket for you. Your business is paid for and you're going forward. That's absolutely outstanding. You can do this. You can do it as just talking to your friends, or you can go on social media like a lot of us do. And what we have for social media makes it so easy. We have this app called the Boards app. You just download the Boards app. We send you an upload, and it has everything listed out there, and it has your post set up. All you have to do, like some of these pictures we were seeing, you just point, click, and it gives it and it makes the post for you. So we're going to do post 2 times a day and do a 7-day launch, and you're going to sell that 4-pack in no time. And then you're going, when people talk to you or ask you questions, we've already got the scripts written to answer any questions, from what are the drops to how much are the drops. And that's going to be your call to, you know, what about with prescription medications? We've got all kinds of answers right there in the Boards app. No thinking. And you can do this in just a matter of minutes when you set your Facebook account up to professional mode. You can set it and you can schedule these posts. I spend about an hour a week setting my post up, and then everything flows after that. And then you're rocking and rolling. And the last piece that you do, because now you're getting paid, you want to get paid by the company, the last piece you do is you just have to have a subscribe and save setup. Can be you or a customer for 100 points or $150 of product, and that opens up that weekly paycheck. 30% discount is 30% to wholesale, but you actually can get more than that by bulk buying. This opens up bulk buying with 30% discount, and you can actually see some discounts in as far as 50%, which is absolutely awesome. It opens up the incentive trips, which is something we all love. So, Fred, we get paid 9 different ways. We have an awesome compensation plan, the #1 compensation plan rated in our industry. We get paid 9 different ways. Fred, I don't know about you, but I've never gotten paid 9 different ways. I get paid one way. It's a paycheck that comes in for my job, but Partner Co. pays us 9 different ways. What about you?
Man, I was a young bricklayer, spent most of my adult life in the ditch laying brick. And we'd get paid on Friday and we'd run to the bank, and generally we'd have to get in line. And the bank teller would say, all of you people from this particular company, come over here. And they would run out of money. I was hoping the check would clear, much less wondering, can I get paid 9 different? Well, this check cleared. So yeah, this is amazing. 9 different ways. It's really
9 different ways. And one of my favorite ways that we get paid is this savings bonus. So once you hit a certain area in base pay, the company is going to start giving you a 15% match of their own money and putting it aside to you into an account. And once that hits $10,000, they're going to give you a call, congratulate you, and that next Friday, you're going to have $10,000 sitting in your bank account. And then every 4 weeks after that, they're going to give you an extra check every 4 weeks, which is absolutely awesome. This is kind of in lieu of, if you're familiar with other companies where they do a car program. We don't want you guys to get into a car program where, most of them, you have to go in and sign on the dotted line. And if you don't meet minimum qualifications a few weeks down the road, you're stuck with a car payment. This avoids all of that. And it's just $10,000 into your pocket. It's absolutely outstanding. We get paid a bunch of other different ways that we can talk about, but we won't go into that tonight, Fred. But I will talk about the trips, because this is why my wife joined. She wanted to go on the Tahiti trip. Our goal was to go on the Tahiti trip. And guess what? We're going on the Tahiti trip. We leave here in just about a month. Can't wait. But these are trips you can win, all expense paid. This is our big global trip. And then we actually have a secondary trip for our North America that this year we're going to the Bahamas. It's much easier to win, but it's something where a bunch of us on this call are going to be hanging out on the beach together. All expense paid trips every single year that you could be a part of. Fred, I want you to tell them a little bit about your business side, what this industry has done for you business-wise.
Well, it's been amazing. My I'm not a rocket scientist, and if I stay on this Zoom long, I like to tease and say, mix up my merge. I'm going to mix up everything. My family, we have a standing joke around here that if the alphabet can be rearranged, I know how to do it. And so I'm not a rocket scientist. Spent most of my life in the ditch laying brick. But one thing I knew as a bricklayer, no dishonor being a brick mason, by the way. It's a job, and sure beats selling drugs. But, Reese, I came home in the 7th grade. Everybody's got a story, and I'm not saying mine is worse or anybody else's. But my dad had been gone, my mom left. And me and my 2 sisters became street kids. And a guy took mercy on me and let me start laying bricks. So I was thankful that I was able to do something for a living. The other part of that, though, is I knew that at a very early age, about 27, I began to tease other bricklayers because I thought they were old as dirt. That's what I said, they're old as dirt. And then I realized they were 35 and 36 years old. I was just several years behind them. And I realized what that industry was doing to them physically. And I said, that's my future. The other part about it all is what I hated about being a construction worker where I was at in the era and the time was, truth of the matter is you never could make ends meet. I learned something, ends are not supposed to meet, Reese. But at the end of the day, when it was Christmas one year, it was a very difficult time in America. So it wasn't just me. And I had $34.74 to buy Christmas for a family. $34.74. Reese, I never felt more like a failure in my life. Failure as a father, failure as a leader in my family, failure to my sisters. And it was a deep hurt. But then it looks like how God opens up doors for us. The moment I needed it the most in my life, somebody saw my God-given talents as I could be instead of what I was. And so they introduced me to this industry. and I've made a pile of money. I'm not here trying to impress anybody, but I have done very, very well in this industry. And the truth of the matter is, Reese, I've been retired for about 8 or 9 years now, living off what we call residual renewal income. In other words, money I earned years ago keep paying me over and over and over. And so with that, it's pretty exciting. But as I said earlier, I wasn't taking care of my health. I wasn't taking care of myself in a lot of other different ways. And so when I realized I had to make a physical change, that's when I started looking around. And that's when I discovered, once again, God opened up the door with the right products. And let me also say this, with the most extraordinary wife that a man could have, in my viewpoint. My wife is Dr. Joy, 30-year retired pediatrician. And yet, even knowing all her background, I wasn't willing to take care of it. But now I realized, I got to do something. Let me tell you what this industry will do for you if you guys will just join us for a little while. So come in and give us 12 months of your life on a part-time, sometime basis, because I've traveled all over the world. I've had single day deposits, Reese, not trying to impress anybody, as much as $34,000 a day in this industry. Listen, 7th grade education. See, this industry doesn't care whether you've got a doctorate degree like my wife, or whether you have a PhD like me, poor, hungry, and debt-driven. It doesn't care. Everybody fits in at partner.co somewheres, whether they're here or there. And if you apply the system, we have a system that works for anyone. If you apply that system and give it time, there's no limits here. And the reason I came out of retirement wasn't just necessarily because of my health, because I saw what partner.co was doing for people. We had just come out of COVID and what a mess that was. And the people became very aware of their health, how you've got to protect your immune system. So I said, man, we got not only protect our immune system, look how many thousands and thousands, maybe millions of people lost their jobs because of a single event. I said, man, we got to do two things: protect our health and protect our wealth. And if you don't think medicine can get expensive, when I was going through my trauma, I had one drug that was not covered, Reese. One drug, I had to take this shot once a week, and it was slightly over $1,500 per week. It don't take long to lose your wealth when you're trying to survive and take care of your health. So we have a better way. We have a better way of setting your future up for you and your family to go on trips when you want to go on trips. I love this industry. It allows me to travel with my wife whenever we want to, go where we want to, when we want to. And I don't have to call in and ask for permission for anything. All I have to do is have a dream big enough and build a team big enough who are willing to live their dreams, and partner.co takes care of the rest. All I got to do is show up and go to work.
Wow, that was powerful. Fred, I'm so glad I finally got to hear your whole story, because I've heard bits and pieces from people, but it is absolutely amazing. And I'm so happy to be doing this with you. And that's what's so great about partner.co, is that it truly is. Our slogan's better together. Fred and I aren't on the same team, but Fred and we're doing this together. It's amazing. So much help, so much support. I don't even see this in my everyday job. I mean, it is true teamwork and true family. So we would love to have you guys join us. As Fred said, give us 12 months, see how your life can change. So Fred, you always end it very, very well. So do you mind ending this for us?
No. Here's what I would say to you. You're wondering, what if? Well, for $29.95, what if it works? What if it doesn't? It's just $29.95. Lock arms with us. Get with the leadership, the person who invited you here today. They have a vested interest to help you grow and learn here. And just give this thing a real shot, because one thing I do know, things are changing faster than most people can keep up with. I was at the gas pump this afternoon and I realized, wow, it's went up from yesterday and then the day before. But I do know this: most people's income did not go up 2 days in a row. I know that. So what are you going to do as things begin to increase even more? There ain't but so much budgeting you can do. I say this: we don't have a spending problem. We have a cash flow problem. So let's increase our cash flow and live the life you want to. And just come off a partner and dream again. Once again, turn on the dream machine. And like I said, go to Disney World. It used to be, well, when you coming back? Now I can say when I'm darn good and ready to come back. I don't have to ask nobody nothing, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Why don't you take the kids to a dream trip this year and not having to buy a return flight ticket already? Just go and stay until you're done, or whatever your dream is. Maybe it's giving to children. Maybe it's feeding children in an orphanage. That's one of my passions that I want. My ultimate goal before I leave out of this planet Earth, Reese, is be able to help 300 children per month with an education, decent clothes, and 3 meals a day. That's my ultimate goal here. That's why I'm here more than anything else. My kids are taken care of. Everybody's taken care of because of this industry. But now I want to take care of others. And so I welcome you. Join us and let's go take care of the world.
Let's go do it, guys. We look forward to you join us. We're gonna unmute everybody. Y'all tell us bye. Tell everybody bye. Thank Fred for jumping on and sharing his story. Usually he's on the other side of this thing, kind of guiding us. We just appreciate you being the guest tonight, Fred. It was absolutely awesome. See if I can unmute everybody. There we go. Y'all unmute and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Good job,
Thank
Fred.
you. Thank
Great
you.
conversation.
right.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you,
Reese.
guys.
Good job,
Appreciate
everybody.
it. Have a
Good
good
job.
night.
Bye. Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much.
Bye,
Hey,
guys.
it's a beautiful couple right
Thank
there.
you.
Good job. Good job.
Good evening.
All right.
Hey, John Morris. Good night, sir.
All right, Fred, Reese, outstanding job, gang.
Night,
Reese
guys.
was amazing.
Night,
And
Good. See you guys. Y'all have a good night.
Good job.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Well, I'm talking to we're getting out of the meeting here. Trying to get out of the meeting. I don't know
You're on
what happened.
speaker now, man. Margie wanted to say something.
Okay. All right, hang on a second. Let me. The next one starts at 8.
Yeah,
8:30, 8.
8 o'clock.
Great lunch there. There's hamburgers and that combo broccoli, cauliflower, whatever that stuff was. It was really good.
Good.
Go to the store?
What?
You went to the store?
I got some salad stuff for tomorrow.
Yeah, so, okay, good.
Yeah.
Everything
sanctuary of frogs. I don't have some worms. I guess they do have two cases of worms.
Where is it?
One's over here and there, and one's out in the garage.
Well, go get them through the refrigerator.
Well, I'm gonna get the ones here. Excuse me. And one in the garage can stay there.
Oh.
Bark at me. Don't you growl at me. I'll get you a one-way ticket outside.